Welcome back. It's bright. Anyways, gonna show you the Z. I know it's been kind of a work in progress. Been really slow, honestly. If you're kind of new to the channel, I have been swapping a VK56 out of a Nissan Titan into my 350Z. Like I said, it's been a really slow process. Just kind of off the bat here, I've used C3 adapters, adapter plate to mate the VK56 to my CD009 transmission. And then, I had a buddy of mine, he's helped and made a transmission mount, motor mounts, and he also welded in the steering rack relocation kit from FDF for me. And he just dropped the car back off at the house. So I'm going to kind of just do a review of the car itself, just kind of show you where it's at. All right, track wheels, mismatch, drift car stuff. And if you can believe it, that's all spray paint. Yeah, I spray painted that fender, that door, that quarter panel. Obviously, you can see the spray paint was done about 4 or 5 years ago, and the clear finally started coming off. Done the hood about a year and a half ago before I started the project. Bumper's been through a lot. But anyways, let's see what we got going on here. Let me pop the hood. Oh, all right. Let's see. Where is my hood prop? Give me just a moment. All right, so got the hood propped up. Now, the engine itself has been built, or not built, but rebuilt from the bottom up pretty much. However, the top is still lacking. I don't have an intake, and I need to get new valve covers and stuff for it. But anyways, just want to show you like what we're working with here. Sorry about all the mess with the harness, but just to show you kind of the room that we were able to make, because we did push the engine and transmission back. We cut the firewall out, everything. Not the firewall, but sorry, it's a false firewall. It has like a little battery holder thing here and some stuff over there. But anyways, we were able to give a lot of room up front, so I'll still be able to keep front mount radiator, fans, all that stuff. Got plenty of room up front. It definitely gets tight by the front of the engine here where the strut tower are. I don't know if you can really tell, but yeah, it's definitely close. Not a lot of wiggle room, but not a problem. Still room to work. Same over here. It's pretty close. Getting spark plugs in and out will probably be a pain, but I'm sure I'll figure something out about that. Now, as far as the back goes, like I said, you might be able to see that. You can see the shiny part there. That is the C3 adapter in between the engine and the transmission. So transmission's all bolted up there. I wanted to get a video of the flywheel I had made, but that'll have to come out a later date, which I've got a video of the flywheel and what it looks like. I just don't have it actually a video of it going on the car. Now, underneath is where it gets a little tricky. I'd like to be able to see if I can get a decent view in here, but it might be hard. Give me just a second here. I might be able to make this happen. So, let's see. Once we get down in here, there we go. Yeah, you can see the motor mount right there. It's just like a square stock of steel, and then some tubing that we had left over, and then bolted right there to the engine. So nothing too crazy. Pretty simple. Bolts in there. This one's done pretty well the same way. Just sitting in there. So there's that. And then, like I said, we done a rack relocation kit. So let's see. Yeah, there you go. You might be able to see it now. Let me pull you back here. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that little bolt right there, that is actually my rack, which has been pulled forward, and you can see those welds. That is where the rack relocation kit went in and pulled the rack forward probably about 2 or 3 inches and allowed me to get some clearance from the backside of the oil pan. You might be able to see it from underneath here. Let me check and see if that's able to get you. Let me get up under here. Let's see what we're looking at here. So yeah, as you can see, there's the bottom of the oil pan, which is pretty low to the ground. I'm going to have to modify the actual lower oil pan, make it as thin or flat as I can, and have the pickup there. But just goes to show you that now there is space between it and the rack so that it can actually go in the car and sit pretty low. It's not as bad as it looks, just because, like I said, I'm in the gravel right now, and the car is sitting on kind of half flat tires and lower than it normally sits. The nice thing is, now that I have the rack relocation kit, it will help the geometry of the front steering, especially if I get the angle kit from, say, Weiss Fab or FDF or somebody. Don't know if I'm gonna have to make any more adjustments to the oil pan, just because I haven't really had a chance to get up under the car and look and see what all's done. Let's see. Let's look at the inside here. Don't mind, obviously a bunch of parts. Interior's decent shape, but it's a big gaping hole here. So there's where the end of the transmission is. Let me get this out of the way, just so you guys can see here. So yeah, there we go. There's the end of the transmission, and we've gotten it pretty close, but I won't be able to use the factory snout that comes on the CD009. So I will probably get a I've been thinking about getting the Sicky shifter relocator or relocation kit. It actually snubs it up and makes it real short. So hopefully, with the way we've got this setting in here, my shifter will pretty well set exactly where it did from the factory. So that would be nice. So yeah, still working on that. Let's see if we can get up under here and lay on the gravel here. Let's see what we got going on here. Don't mind the old LEDs. But yeah, this is underneath the car. You can kind of see how everything sits. It's kind of hard to see most of it just because I'm in the gravel here. It's pretty low. I wish I could get up under the car and really show you how everything is sitting. But it just gives you an idea, because we did the rack relocation kit. I'll actually have a picture of what that looks like. It's from FDF. It moves the rack, steering rack itself forward probably, I would say a good 3 inches or so, which worked out perfect because we actually, by cutting the false firewall out and things, we were able to move the VK and transmission both back that way, probably about 3 to 4 inches. So we ended up moving the steering rack, because the steering rack itself was hitting the bottom of the VK oil pan, and because the oil pan itself kind of comes over and then it's a rear sump, and my steering rack was hitting the bottom of the oil pan. So by scooting that forward, we've made clearance, and I don't have to worry about the oil pan actually hitting the steering rack anymore. I don't know. Once I get the new valve covers, I'm gonna try to find an intake that's not terribly tall, if I can help it, because I would like to keep it where this hood shuts, as if it were factory, without actually cutting the hood if I can help it. Or if need be, maybe going with an HR hood to give me that little hump to clear it. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on where I'm at here. So hopefully I'll have more stuff coming out soon.